with what Spielberg said about the implosion of Hollywood, where this whole new Hollywood, the studio system specifically, which is just blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster, that eventually one of these is going to pop. There's going to be a studio that's not going to be able to take a $500 million hit, and they're just going to go under, and it's going to be kind of like this bubble that's going to pop eventually. Do you agree with that? Because, I mean, it is riskier and riskier and riskier. We're talking about, I remember when Titanic came out and everyone was like, $200 million budget. Everyone was like insane. I remember when $100 million budget was a lot of money. Now we're talking $350 million budgets and plus marketing. So we're talking $500 million to make $1.5 billion. What do you, I just out of curiosity, just from your perspective?
Well, it's complicated. If he were, if he were talking strictly about movie making, it would be easy to agree with that. But the truth is, studios don't make most of their money from movie making. A studio head of a studio had having lunch with him one day, and he said, "Don't ever accuse me of being a filmmaker. I am a toy salesman who makes films to advertise my toys." And most of the money that's made by any of the big studios is in merchandising. And so hopefully if they have a $300 million bust, they'll be making it up from, the $500 million they're making on another movie, or even on the merchandising from the failed movie, because there's no end to it. And plus the studios are generally owned by international conglomerates, and those conglomerates are heavily invested in real estate. One of the reasons they buy the studio is for its real estate. And so I don't quite agree with them that that's going to happen easily, but it certainly could happen. If a studio made 3 bad judgments a year, and all 3 were upside down, it would be difficult for them to survive it. And they do, though. I mean, they do. Paramount has survived that several times. It's sad. I mean, DreamWorks has not really quite survived it, so they end up being more or less part of, Universal. And that's basically the fate of studios, is being acquired by another studio, as Fox was just acquired by Disney, which still blows my mind. Fox was such a distinctive studio, and so was Disney. The fact that they're owned now by the same conglomerate is just very upsetting and weird. It just, narrows the number of places I can sell the movies, my clients' movies.
Yeah, without question. And it's a weird world that we're living in. I think the amount of stories that are being told, the channels are smaller at the highest levels. It used to be many more studios, many more things. But I think we could thank George Lucas for all this merchandising, because he was basically the first one to really to do it. Honestly, I mean, they did merchandising prior to George Lucas, but no one's done it as good as he has from that point.
Yeah, I think no one kind of focused on it the way he did. From the very beginning, he recognized the value of the merchandising. In fact, the story is that Fox, who financed Star Wars, wasn't as interested in the merchandising as they were in the movie. I'm not sure that story is true or not, but it is a legendary story. Yes, and now that Disney has acquired the franchise, they're very careful to continue the toys, because that's where Walt Disney made all of his money, is from the Mickey Mouse T-shirts and Mickey Mouse dolls and all of those other characters sitting on the shelves like they are in the background of your office there.
Yes, my Yoda, my all that kind of stuff back there.
Right.
Now,